Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Friday, June 21st, 2024. I'm Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the Executive Minister. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ plus community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the greatest justification for the attacks on the LGBTQ plus community.
I am Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
I am Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, the Minister of Connections. This is live, and then we are available on demand. We are available on all smart televisions and your favorite social media.
Surveys show that religious faith and church are the main causes of trauma in the LGBTQ plus community. At Sunshine Cathedral, we're here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. LA fire captain wins partial exemption in gay pride flag dispute, yet lawyers say it's not enough. A Los Angeles County fire captain received a partial religious exemption in his dispute with the county over raising a gay pride flag, though his lawyers argue the accommodation is insufficient. Captain Jeffrey Little alleged in his May lawsuit that the LA County Fire Department violated his religious freedom when it ordered him to raise the Progress Pride flag at his beach lifeguard station. Little, a Christian, requested a religious exemption. Represented by the Thomas More Society, the lawsuit claimed Little was suspended and investigated internally due to the dispute. Additionally, it alleged his privacy was breached, resulting in a death threat. The Thomas More Society announced that the fire department agreed to partially accommodate Little's request, ensuring he would not personally raise or lower the flag. Little would either be assigned to stations unable to fly the flag or allowed to trade shifts. However, the county refused to grant a full exemption, requiring Little to ensure compliance by his subordinates and to annually renew his request. In a statement, Little expressed hope that the lawsuit would lead to a dialogue between faith-based employees and employers. This incident once again highlights the ongoing tension between religious beliefs and LGBTQ plus rights within public institutions. So here is another story about somebody using their faith in order to discriminate against people.
Yeah.
And the fire captain vocalized his belief using religion as his backup that the LGBTQ community is less than, and he's not going to fly that, or he's not going to raise the pride flag. And he's a public servant. Okay, so let's remember that. And he said that he wants dialogue between faith-based employees and employers. Now, what makes him think that those faith-based employees and employers, those leaders, are not LGBTQ plus people? That's kind of messed up. Yeah. Believe it or not, Fire Captain Little, there are LGBTQ plus people who identify as Christian or as followers of Jesus. We are people of faith, and you don't get to hold those same discriminatory values against this group as well. Get your head out of the sand. It is the 21st century.
Right. We're not going to have gay and straight water fountains.
No.
We're not, every time, no matter what the group, it never looks good looking back.
No.
We're not going to try to repeal the 19th Amendment. I mean, whenever, it's just always ugly. And this is ugly.
Yeah.
And discrimination against trans people are ugly. And I think the accommodation is super fair. You have a personal issue about it. We all think your personal issue is stupid, but you get to have it.
Right.
Sure.
So you don't have to raise this flag. You have to make sure it gets done.
Right.
And if you haven't changed your mind next year, then you have to say, again, I still want my exemption. This just seems super fair to me. You don't have to do it, but you don't get to keep it from getting done.
Right.
And that which is what the Jehovah's Witnesses have. The Jehovah's Witnesses do not pledge allegiance to the flag.
Right.
And they don't have to.
Right.
And so they're granted exemption. So while everyone else, they either just sit there like a bump on a log, or they go outside and come back. Because they do have an objection, because to them it's sort of idolatry. Right. You only pledge allegiance to God. It's like bowing to an idol for them. Well, we may or may not agree with that, but they get to believe it, and they're accommodated for it. This is not that, though. This isn't saying I don't believe in banners. This is saying I don't believe in a banner that affirms a group of people I don't like.
Right.
Well, that's a different story altogether. And still, he's accommodated. Still, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. You just have to make sure it gets done, and you have to remind us every year that you're still this bigot. And if you are, you can get exemption again. I just think it's a super fair accommodation for him, and his response to it should be thank you.
And if he was looking for the conversation, he could have had the conversation even before this happened.
Yeah.
And just simply said to his employee, I don't feel comfortable doing this. Can we find someone else to do it? You didn't have to go this route to show it, but thank you for showing us. Now we know who you are. And at the same time, if it's about the conversation, then have the conversation. This is just overreacting, and it's just it's just
It's attention-seeking behavior.
Yep.
He wanted everybody to know what a great Christian he is, and instead proved what a great bigot he is. There's no way of getting around it. We, LA County, are not asking you to do anything. We're asking you to step aside and let the grown-ups do what needs to be done.
Right.
It's really that simple.
It is.
You want to show your butt, and we're telling you we're going to kick your butt if you continue to misbehave. So again, we always talk at this table about what it means to be a Christian, and what it means to me. Hit the mic again. What it means to me may be different than what it means to that firefighter. Both of our thoughts are our own. I think mine are more encompassing. He might not see it that way, but I'm the guy who loves my neighbor. I'm the guy who goes out of his way to ensure that everyone be treated with love and respect. Respect more than anything. I used to run an event where I would talk to the volunteers, and my first line to them was always respect and dignity. However you feel about something, you are here to do something for someone else. Respect who they are and treat them with dignity. And why that firefighter captain can't understand that goes to, and this is me again, to his character.
Oh, yeah.
It goes to who he is and what he represents to the rest of the world. You want to show your ass? We're going to call you an ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jesus would raise the flag.
Yes, he would.
Come to me, all who are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. He would raise the flag. Let the little children come unto me. Let the people who are powerless, let the people who are voiceless come unto me. Jesus would have raised the flag.
Yes.
So all of this, that's what's so annoying to me is that, well, because I'm a Christian, no, because you're mean.
Yeah.
Because you don't like some people, because you have some prejudices. Now that you want Jesus to back you up on that, okay, work it. But Jesus didn't get in trouble with the Roman government for sharing their prejudices.
Right.
He challenged all the social taboos and prejudices. He ate with people he wasn't supposed to eat with. He hung out with people he wasn't supposed to hang out with. He affirmed people that his own scripture said he could kill if he wanted to. Yep. And affirmed them and blessed them and healed them. He was super welcoming and super kind and said, they'll know you're with me because of how loving you are. So you can blame it on Jesus if you want to. And because we don't have a lot of facts about Jesus, every Jesus is largely 75, 80% the Jesus of our creation, because we don't have a lot of indisputable evidence one way or the other, and he didn't leave anything in writing. But what we do have, I see something very different than they see.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just creating something very different than they've created, which again goes back to the character of the one doing it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm so with you.
And Jesus will welcome people that he doesn't. So I'm just pretty sure that even if he didn't raise the flag, there was some atheists on that beach. And he's a religious person, so get with your program because it's diversified.
Right.
Everywhere. Diversity everywhere.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.